Hello out there and welcome back again. In this video I'm going to show some recent finds. Some of them I picked up pretty cheap today as I made ran an errand up to the grocery store. Not too far from the grocery store is a record store that I like to go check out. It is called BLK Vinyl. It's real close in the neighborhood. Driving there is about 5 minutes. Walking there, probably about 10 or 15 at the most. Good little brisk walk. But I like to check in there once in a while on their clearance records. Hey, you just never know what you find. I'm more of like, if you can get records on a great deal and within your budget, then that's the way I'm going to go. I don't look at it like what is that saying about the quantity and the quality? When I'm getting good deals on used records, it's also the quality too that I'm finding some good stuff. And let me go ahead and start with that. I do have a few that I bought from an auction that was on YouTube, and picked up a couple of new records yesterday. Also, when I was out on Saturday night hanging out with my two girls, my wife and my daughter, we went and did a little bit of some Christmas shopping. But let's go ahead and get started. I just want to say rest in peace. When I got this record, and it always seems to happen sometimes when I get a record of somebody, then I come home and find out either the day or the day after they passed away. I'll give you an example. When I bought Black Star at a store, electronic store that sold vinyl, came home with it, was looking forward to listening to it, and the next morning I wake up and on the PBS channel from BBC, they announced the passing of David Bowie. Boy, that was a hard day and week, a real shocker. So rest in peace to the singer guitar player Miles Goodwin from April Wine. I came after buying this record. I came home and read on Facebook that he had passed away, and I was saddened by it. I really was. Here he is right here. This album has a really killer version of them doing 21st Century Schizoid Man. They used to play that down here on the radio a lot on FM. But yes, great vocalist, great musician. When I first heard about April Wine, it was, of course, what I consider a hard rock ballad, Just Between You and Me. Awesome song. Sign of the Gypsy Queen, I remember that song as well. But I remember Nature of the Beast was the place I started. I had it on cassette, but I don't think I have it on vinyl yet. There's quite a few April Wine albums that I'd like to get, but I picked this up. Good shape, and it's on the I'll just show it real quick. Needs to be clean, but on the good old Purple Capitol record label. All right, this next artist was in a band known as Glass Harp. They made 3 records together. This guy's a guitar monster, maestro, very talented. He still makes music today. I have quite a bit. I even have his autograph. Somebody went to a show way back a long time ago in Houston, Texas, and they got his autograph for me. And I really appreciate my friend doing that. And I found a record that I've never seen before. And I'm talking about guitar maestro, Mr. Phil Keaggy. Excuse me. Yes, I've never seen this record, so I picked it up. Here's him, and I'm assuming his studio, just laying down some of these songs that are probably outtakes or stuff that never got put on records. Let's see here. Don't see anything that I want to read. I thought I was going to read something, but it says that it's done underground somewhere in Kansas. I guess at one time, Mr. Phil Keaggy. There was one other note I was going to say about Phil Keaggy, that they did a 3 CD set of one of his earlier albums called What a Day, and yeah, I plan to get that. He also entered and was put on Sparrow Records, known as a Christian contemporary artist. Lots of great records. Most of my collection is on CD of him. A lot of this stuff went out of print, but never seen this one, so I'm glad to pick it up. I probably have some rarities I don't have. Next, I like this label. I'm thinking it's Italian, but somebody might correct me. But this one right here has some old jazz giants. What do you have? Who do you look? You have here Benny Goodman, Lionel Hampton, Teddy Wilson, Gene Krupa, Charlie Christian. I might have said some of those names wrong. But yeah, this is a Italian label. The records sound very good on this label. I like the job that they do here. This nice little booklet. And there is Mr. Benny Goodman right there, man, jamming away. Taking, what do you call it? Stealing showstopper there. Next, people were starting to talk about this band and had some I saw this album. But I remember seeing this band open up for Bryan Adams on his Run to You tour. That's the Hooters. I found a nice clean copy in their clearance bin. Went ahead and picked it up. I'm not sure how many albums this band made, but it's on the Red Columbia. It's Hooters, Nervous Night. I forget where they're from, but this one had a lot of great songs like And We Dance, Day by Day, All You Zombies, and probably a couple of other ones, but I remember this record getting a lot of airplay. So anyway, I'm glad to have that, and I'm glad that's one thing neat about the VC. When someone starts showing that record of the Hooters or some band, you were like, oh yeah, I remember that, and then you stumble across it. I like that fine. That's probably the only thing I really want by them. But you know, I say that, and then I might see their second, or I don't remember how many records, but then I'll get the next one. This next artist, I'm not sure if he's from Austin, but I know he played with Bob Dylan, and I think he's playing with Elvis Costello and the Imposters, but I could be wrong. Charles Sexton. I remember when this album came out. It's a good record. This is Pictures for Pleasure. I also got the single for it, Beat So Lonely, which is a great song. I forget what song. I think it's Pictures for Pleasure that was made here in Austin. But this is one of the records that I picked up, and I believe the gentleman's name was Chris Hansen. I forget the name of his channel, but he was auctioning some of his collection. This was inside this, so I'm glad to have it, because this is a really good record in my opinion. Very good musician. Like I said, I saw him play with Bob Dylan on the Love and Theft tour, and I've never ever forgot how great a show that was. The next one that I picked it to him, and hopefully I don't get a ding for this, but I think this is okay. I'm going to show it. But I picked up a Red Hot Chili Peppers. I finally own Mother's Milk. And this one right here, I forget, this is, I don't know how early of a pressing this is. I don't think this is a reissue, but this one has Higher Ground, and I forget what the other song was that was played on the radio, but here's the label of it on EMI. Another one that I got from the auction. So glad to have that album. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Next are a couple of new finds that I picked up. This one, I didn't know this was going to come out. I don't know too much about this, but I picked up the John Coltrane, and I'm a big fan of Coltrane and Eric Dolphy. This is Evenings at the Village Gate on the Impost. It is a reissue. So yeah, gatefold. See if you can see that track listing there. There's some great stuff, especially the My Favorite Things, Impressions, Green Sleeves, and I love the track Africa. That is a very spiritual, moving piece. Can never get enough of that. But yeah, pick that up. I saw that and I was like, man, I better get it while I can. This is this is the Christmas month, so you gotta watch. I gotta watch it. Has this booklet inside. Let's see if we can get a couple of glimpses of this. Ah, it's a good stuff to read in here. How about this picture right here? Let's see what else. Maybe I can show one more. This is a nice little booklet. I like the way it feels. It feels very good quality paper. Here's another one right here. Mr. Coltrane in action. So yeah, I'm a big Coltrane fan of Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, Bill Evans. I love it. Next, this is another group that I'm late to the party about. And they've been around for a very, very long time. I've always liked them when I first heard them, and it seems like when I first heard of the B52s, that's the album that I picked up, was right around the same time of REM. That's what I remember, and I know they're both from Georgia, I think, but this is my first B52s album. This is Wild Planet. Love this record. Love the female girls in this band. They are very good. This one right here has Private Idaho, and I'm sure that once I start playing this record, I'll probably remember some of the other. It's a reissue, other songs on it. But what's really neat, this is the inner sleeve. This is really a neat inner sleeve. But what's really neat, it's on this nice, I think it's a Rocktober, and that's what I like is Rocktober more than I like Record Store Day. But it's on this splatter blue, real nice. Of course, it's the same thing on the same side, but very nice. I haven't got a chance to listen to this yet. I've been pretty much taking it easy all week, all weekend, excuse me. But anyway, those are some recent finds, and again, rest in peace to one of the best rock and roll singers, Miles Goodwin. My prayers go out to his family, friends, and bandmates. So, April Wine, a really good rock and roll band. I just thought of another thing. I remember when their album Power Play came out. I love that record. I love the song on that album, Enough is Enough. But anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you on another video sometime soon.